right. What a grooving beat. That's right, Sierra. And it does sound like Talking Heads. That dun 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 dun. ADHD, I'm new here. You're hilarious. Hi, DC Channel. I had fun up on his panel about half an hour ago. Hi, Freeside. Okay, I like this. Ask me about my butthole. Are you kidding? Wait, what is that an avatar of? Yikes. Is that a doggy or kitty one? I don't know. All right. Jeez. Hi, Dot. What's happening, Andrea Presley? Hey. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hi, StreamYard. All right, it says StreamYard here. All right. Sierra's frying chicken. I haven't had fried chicken in ages. Hi, Lindsay Lay. Great song choice. Thanks. That's Track Tribe. I really like Track Tribe. You know, I mean, there's so many little, I almost said ditties of songs out there, but there's too much P. Diddy talk out there lately. I looked at a lot more that I had missed. Oh my gosh, the Kardashians were at these white parties, and then they told the kids to leave at a certain point because things would go down, right? People would get down. Excuse me, I just took a sip of my coffee. Hi, Okie Crime News. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, it was fun. Oh, God. It was fun. Because, too, I don't know what happened to my brain. I thought I was hearing my voice in the beginning talking to Demetrius. And then when we were having technical difficulties, I couldn't hear my voice. But guess what? The only voice I could hear the whole time was my regular actual voice. But my mind told me that there was a voice of mine on a StreamYard. So after like 15 minutes of finagling and hitting the echo cancellation and doing all these things, I'm trying to help poor Demetrius with his sound on his end. There was never anything wrong with it. I don't know, my mind. Okay, so this is cute. It's a Jell-O cake that looks like one. Boy, it does. I mean, it could pass for, I mean, you know, I had to clean my guinea pig. Pass for that. I won't say the other things it could pass for. All right. Hi, Mary Jane. Yeah, and Sierra's live was fun last night. And as you all know, hi, according to Lainey, hi. She's running. Is that really you? With the little run emojis and the, because that's what you had last time, and you wouldn't do just the same thing twice. Or does that mean you're on your way to Vegas? Because I saw your little clip. But as you all know, I've just been, oh wait, is it still going? It's still going. It stopped. When I was listening to it on the YouTube end, or I mean the YouTube end, it stopped, you guys, but you're telling me it's still going. Oh my goodness. Thank you for letting me know. Let me go in and check. Now it's off? Dot says still going still. Sister Callie says it's off. Hold on. Let me get in there. I do need it brought to my attention when these things happen. Oh, Lord. Oh my God. Wait, it says pause. I hit it again though. Okay, it's off now. I don't know. Was it going the whole time? I'm trying to say hello to everybody. Now it's gone. Okay. Golly. Sorry about that. Oh, you're funny. That music sucks. Headache fuel. You know, I like different little beats out of the blue. And like I said, I don't listen to the whole thing ever. I listen to like 6 seconds and I go, okay, I'm going to download that. And that's what I do. Hi, Ozymandia. Going the whole time, says Peggy. What is that? What's a troom troom video? Like, I don't even know. I've never heard that expression. Oh, good grief. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cutesy quaint. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because I'll tell you why, you guys. You know, I wasn't even going to bring her name up, but since it's positive, I will. I went into Rose's the other night, and unless we have peace with each other in our minds, I don't hardly think either of us can let things go and feel good about ourselves and feel good about each other. And I really, really needed, I was feeling sad. I couldn't sleep. And and we're all trying to learn about things, right? Sigma females and narcissism and how to be happy and how to ignore bullies, or not bullies, but cyberbullying. And what? My mic is cracking? Oh, for crying out loud. And I have it up on the table, upright. I'm not touching the mic. Is it still crackling? Mic crackling. All right. Well, I'm going to pop out and reboot my iPad. But I just want to say this about Rose. We have squashed things like for real. But as far as her, wanting to like kind of be buddy with me and friends again, that's up to her. And she wants to have a little time, and I'm going to respect her for that. To think about it once I return the shirt, because the shirt means a lot to her. It's crackling, not like the mic is being touched. All right. So I'm going to return the shirt, and she's going to help me do that. And for people out there that have a problem with that, think about it. I did pay $30 for the shirt, and I'm giving the shirt back to her, and I don't have the money right now. But I will say this, I got good news in a text on my phone as far as my little inheritance goes. So, that's all I'll say about that. So, I'm going to reboot, okay? All right. How's that, everybody? Is that better? I hope so. Aw. Whoops. Zion even cheered. That's a cool name. Okay, now I have that Talking Head song stuck in my head, says dot underscore. Me too. Is it better? Is it just better or good? What is it? Hi, Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker is a fantastic supporter. She goes in everywhere and supports. It's really pretty nice of her. Sound is perfect. Good deal. All right, well, I don't have any makeup on, and I know lots of people don't wear it, but I like to wear it when I'm on here. And I could have thrown some lipstick and some eye stuff on and all that. I have a little blush, but I'm just going to speak into my avatar again. And more than likely, I'm 98% sure, because I'm getting messages in my messenger saying, um, don't just show an avatar type deal. A lot of people do all the time, day after day. Makeup tutorial. I can't do that. You know why? My tremors are just too bad. It's very hard for me to put mascara on. I mean, I can, but I have to literally prop my elbow up against the mirror. Hey, Christian Thomas, you said hey. You didn't say snore. Is snore going to be your next word? Oh, oh my God. Yeah. My iPad just fell off the back of the table. Here, I need to fix it. I'm glad you're here, Christian. Just teasing you. Oh, good Lord. So, you want to see me without makeup? Of course you do. Fake snore, please, says Christian. There you go. I'm a natural beauty. Well, I didn't wear makeup in middle school or anything. Like it just wasn't any kind of anything I did. And the first time I was putting makeup on was for my prom, my 16th or 16-year, high school prom. And then I went to the senior prom, and hi, Lily Lou. What's wrong with this thing? Just a second here. Hopefully that didn't destroy my... Okay. All right, now listen, you guys. Not all of you will find this interesting or enlightening or anything. This is a book. If life is a game, these are the rules. 10 rules to being human. My mother sent it to me on October 31st. She puts the little post-it notes in here. 2011. Dearest Megan, actually, I don't see life as a game, but these are the words of living advice that's good for us all. All my love, Mom. I'm telling you, she sent me a different book almost every month. So I don't want to get a copyright thing for reading this. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachings, scholarship, and research. All right. And we all can use a little uplifting now and then, right? Oh, a fresh slice of beet to darken your lips and cheeks, says Peggy. Wow. Yep, beet juice is a temporary dye on light-colored hair. Wow. All right. So this is the book, and it says the entire title is If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules, is a template for living. Everyone needs to read these words of wisdom. It's simple yet important stuff. Okay, that's by the Richard Carlson, PhD, who wrote the book that I've already read called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. That was a good, 4 months ago, 5 that I read that. So I don't always read books on here, but this is a small book, so hopefully it won't take too long. This one is 10 Rules for Being Human as introduced in Chicken Soup for the Soul. Many of you, I'm sure, have heard of Chicken Soup for the Soul. There's Chicken Soup for the Soul 1 and 2 and maybe even 3. There's even Chicken Soup for the Soul for teenagers. I've seen the book. This book is by Cherie Carter Scott, and she's a PhD also. Truth Seeker has. Yeah. All right, so this is what Cherie says. This book was written, I like to kind of try to remember, have an idea. According to this book, it was written in 1998. Wow. Okay, she says, if you came across the rules for being human sometime during the last 25 years and photocopied them and passed them on to others, if you used the rules for a retreat, class curriculum, brochure, or website, if you framed the rules and put them on your wall, or tucked them in your drawer to put them on the refrigerator door, if you read the rules and smiled with recognition, then I dedicate this book to you and all seekers who have treasured the rules for being human. This book is to support you and those you love in your journey through life. Use it as a primer for higher consciousness. Blessings to you on your path. Yeah, so you guys are like family to me, and I love all of you, so it might be helpful. I'm not going to read the acknowledgments. I'm going to get... Okay. And Jack Canfield is the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. And he writes this. It's short. I have known Dr. Cherie Carter Scott for over 25 years. I have taken her workshop, co-sponsored conferences with her, and had her consult with my organization, and she has been my own personal coach. When we included the rules for being human by Anonymous in Chicken Soup for the Soul, I had no idea that Cherie was the author. When I learned that she was the author of the rules, I was delighted yet not surprised. Cherie is a master facilitator whose life is dedicated to empowering and transforming people's experience of living life. So it made perfect sense that she would have created this astonishingly profound and simple template for understanding life. While reading this book, you will begin to see your life from a whole new perspective. If you embrace the principles in this book, I promise you that your life will magically transform and that you will learn the secrets to manifesting your heart's desire. The 10 rules for being human will open up many transformational opportunities for you. Enjoy the book, learn the lessons, and become a master of the game of life. Jack Canfield, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Okay. Now this is Cherie Carter Scott, little preface. In 1974, when I was 25 years old, I passed through a premature midlife crisis. I had pursued a career in teaching to please my mother, and then a career in acting to please myself. Neither one really satisfied me, and I was confused about what was next. The suggestions I received from family and friends only exacerbated the confusion. I didn't know where to turn for answers, and so I started to pray for guidance. After several weeks, I received 3 clear messages. From what divine source, I was not really sure. That answered my questions. The first stated, You are a catalyst for discovery. The second said, you will work in growth and development. The third came through loud and clear. You have a gift for working with people. I knew these three messages were the answer to my prayers, but I didn't know how to deploy them. These three revelations didn't point to an industry or provide me with job description, so I was left trying to figure out what to do. I formulated a sentence. I am a catalytic agent who works with people in their growth and development. From that moment on, the messages came to me on a regular basis. They led me to create my seminar, the Inner Negotiation / Self-Esteem Workshop. In addition to the messages, people also started coming to me to learn how to find their own inner answers. I started seeing people in one-to-one sessions to help them discover their own messages. Shortly thereafter, these same people requested a course in which they could quiet the voices of the mind and listen to their inner spirit. Subsequently, when I received requests from my clients, I responded by creating the programs they requested. People heard their inner directives, received answers to their questions, and in turn told their friends. And so my consulting business was launched, as well as a subsequent training program to teach other people how to do the same work I was doing. One day I sat designing the training program for the consultant's training. The rules for being human came through me onto the paper. I thought, I have been asking for these answers my whole life, and finally they have been delivered to me. The rules answered the fundamental question I'd asked: what is the purpose of life? Delighted, I decided to include them as a handout in the 3-month training course. In the last 24 years, the rules for being human have circled the globe, photocopied and passed from friend to friend, transmitted via the internet, printed on brochures, and on page 81 in the book Jack Canfield wrote, Chicken Soup for the Soul, where the rules were attributed to Anonymous. One day Jack called to say he'd heard from Dan Millman, the author of The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, that I was the author of the rules for being human. Jack asked if that was true. When I acknowledged that I was, Jack apologized and offered to give me credit in the next printing. Years have passed since that day. The most recent message that I have received was to write a book about the 10 rules so they can be passed on to everyone who's looking for a template for living a happy life. My hope is that this book will be a spiritual primer for those who are just setting out on their path and a gentle reminder for those already well on their way. Enjoy 10 rules for being human. Share them with others. Use them to initiate conversations you have always wanted to have. Most of all, apply the rules to your own life. Learn the lessons, listen to your messages, align with your spiritual DNA, and fulfill all your dreams. Blessings on your journey. Cherie Carter Scott, PhD. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Sean B. Hi. Hi, everyone. All right. Introduction. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. That is by Helen Keller, you guys. Life has often been compared to a game. We are never told the rules, unfortunately, nor given any instructions about how to play. We simply begin at go and make our way around the board, hoping we play it right. We don't exactly know the objective of playing, nor what it means to actually win. That is what 10 Rules for Being Human is all about. These are the guidelines to playing the game we call life, but they are also much more than that. These rules will provide you with a basic spiritual primer for what it means to be a human. They are universal truths that everyone inherently knows, but has forgotten somewhere along the way. They form the foundation of how we can live a fulfilling, meaningful life. Each rule presents its own challenge, which in turn provides certain lessons we all need to learn. Lessons are what you learn when you come up against problems that need to be solved and issues that need to be exercised. Every person on the planet has his or her own set of lessons to learn. that are separate and unique from everyone else's. And these lessons, as you will see in Rule 4, will reappear until they are mastered. The 10 rules for being human are not magic, nor do they promise 10 easy steps to serenity. They offer no quick fix for emotional or spiritual ailments, and they are not fast-track secrets to enlightenment. Their only purpose is to give you a roadmap to follow as you travel your path of spiritual growth. These rules are not the oppressive rules and regulations that tell us what we should or should not do, or think, or say. These rules are not mandates, but rather guidelines as to how to play the game. There is nothing you absolutely must do. I hope this book will help you to become more aware of them. By learning the valuable lessons and wisdom they offer, your journey on this earth might just be a little bit easier. All right, I'm back. Okay. Is my sound still okay? My iPad fell forward when I got back onto the bed. Okay, this is you will receive a body. Rule 1. You may love it or hate it, but it will be yours for the duration of your life on earth. I think what I'll do is I'll read 2 or 3 little chapters. Sound is clear? Thank you. And then we can just talk a little bit. It's not easy. I don't care if you have a soft voice like mine, whatever. It's not easy to listen to someone read and read and read and read, unless maybe, right, you're washing dishes and you have it loud enough or you're kind of busy doing something. That's why even these long trials that are on every few months of different situations, I just watch it back on my iPad on like 2 times the speed, and I can follow it with their mouths sounding like chipmunks. Okay. The moment you arrived here on this earth, you were given a body in which to house your spiritual essence. The real you is stored inside this body. All the hopes, dreams, fears, thoughts, expectations, beliefs that make you the unique human that you are. Though you will travel through your entire lifetime together, you and your body will always remain 2 separate and distinct entities. The purpose of this body is act as the buffer between you and the outside world and to transport you through this game we call life. It also acts as a teacher of some of the initial and fundamental lessons about being human. If you are open to all the lessons and gifts your body has to offer, it can impart to you valuable bits of wisdom and grace that will guide you along your path of spiritual evolution. It can provide you with the basic knowledge and understanding you will need to be grounded within it before you can progress onward on your journey. The body you are given will be yours for the duration of your time here. Love it or hate it, accept it or reject it. It is the only one you will receive in this lifetime. It will be with you from the moment you draw your first breath to the last beat of your heart. Since there is no refund, no exchange policy on this body of yours, it is essential that you learn to transform your body from a mere vessel into a beloved partner and a lifelong ally, as the relationship between you and your body is the most fundamental and important relationship of your lifetime. It is the blueprint from which all your other relationships will be built. We each have a different relationship with our body. You may think of yours as a custom designed home, ideally suited for your spirit and your soul. Or you may feel that your body is not well matched to your essence, thus trapping you in an ill-fitting cage. Perhaps you have a strong connection with your body and you feel that you have an easy, satisfying, and familiar bond with it. You may be uncomfortable with your body and feel that you would like it to be different, stronger, thinner, healthier, more attractive, or less clumsy. Or perhaps you feel alienated from it, as if some mistake had been made when your body assignments were handed out. No matter what you may feel about your body, it is yours, and the relationship you establish with it will have a great deal to do with the quality of your life experience. The challenge of Rule 1 is to make peace with your body so that it can effectively serve its purpose and share its valuable lessons of acceptance, self-esteem, respect, and pleasure. Everyone must learn these basic principles before he is able to journey successfully through life. Yeah, especially after a baby, says Sierra. Thanks, Peggy. Yeah, I think my voice is okay when I listen back. All right. Acceptance. I find that when we really love and accept and approve of ourselves exactly as we are, then everything in life works. That's by Louise Hay. If you are one of the rare and fortunate people who already experience your body as perfect, exactly as it is with all its foibles and strengths, then you have already embraced the lesson of acceptance and can fast forward to the next lesson. However, if any small part of you believes that you would be happier if you were thinner, taller, larger, firmer, blonder, stronger, or some other physical alteration you think would magically transform your life for the better, then you might want to spend some time learning about the value of true acceptance. Acceptance is the act of embracing what life presents to you with a good attitude. Our bodies are among the most willing and wise teachers of this lesson. Unless you spend a large percentage of your time engaged in out-of-body experiences, your body shows up wherever you are. It can be like an ever-present benevolent guide or a lifelong cross you bear. The decision is yours, based on how well you learn this lesson. For many people, their body is the target for their harshest judgments and the barometer by which they measure their self-worth. They hold themselves up to an unattainable standard and berate themselves for coming up short of perfection. Since your physical shape is the form in which you show up in the world, it is very often the way you define yourself and often the way others define you. The way you view your body is directly related to how close you are to learning the lesson of acceptance. Imposing harsh judgments on your body limits the range of experiences you allow yourself to enjoy. How many times has a potentially wonderful day at the beach been tainted by your judgments about how you look in a bathing suit? Imagine how liberating it would be to happily walk across the warm sand without feeling self-conscious. Think of all the activities in your life that you have deferred until you look different, better, or perhaps even perfect. I have a friend who dreams of learning to scuba dive but refuses to even try because she worries about how she would look swaddled in a tight rubber wetsuit. Complete self-acceptance would allow her and you to fully participate in all aspects of life without reservation immediately. Like many women I know, I spent years preoccupied with my thighs. I didn't just wish they were thinner. I was actually engaged in a private war with them. I wore the longest Bermuda shorts I could find, even on the hottest summer days, too embarrassed to expose them I was convinced that my life would be enhanced if my thighs were firm and tight and didn't jiggle. I wanted my thighs to cooperate with my agenda of how I was supposed to look. I had disowned them, so of course they reciprocated and stubbornly refused to magically transform themselves into taut, supple, wiry limbs. Suffice it to say, my thighs and I were not peacefully coexisting. I finally decided to put an end to this Cold War by vowing to learn to love my thighs. This was easier said than done. It is easy to love those parts of yourself that you already perceive as lovable, but far more difficult to give up your beliefs of how you should look. I decided to spend a few minutes every day giving positive attention to my perceived enemy. Every day I massaged rich vanilla-scented lotion into them. As I did this, I concentrated on sending them mental messages of partial, then complete acceptance. For the first few weeks, I felt ridiculous, but eventually I got over that. I still didn't look forward to seeing my thighs exposed in the harsh bathroom light every morning, but at least I didn't immediately cover them with a bath towel so as to conceal them from my own eyes. As time passed, I actually did begin to appreciate my thighs for their strength and reliability. I gratefully acknowledge the support they give me and their ability to sustain me on my daily 3-mile run. Much to my delight, they responded in kind and began to cooperate by firming up. The key here, however, was not that they changed in order for me to accept them. It was because I accepted them that they eventually aligned with my wishes. There is much documented proof that the mind and body are connected. So acceptance of your body is not only essential for your emotional well-being, it is essential for your physical health as well. Denying your body complete acceptance can lead to illness, whereas practicing acceptance can heal disease. Even the modern medical community now embraces the value of self-acceptance for its power to maintain a healthy mind and body. You know you are moving in the right direction when you can accept your body exactly as it is in its present form. True acceptance comes when you can embrace and appreciate your body as it is right now, and no longer feel that you need to alter it to be worthy of someone's love, most especially your own. Does this mean that you should never endeavor to improve your body, or that you have to be resigned to what you have been given? Of course not. It is perfectly natural and human to want to be at your physical best. What this does mean, however, is that you need to stop criticizing, judging, or finding fault with your body, even when you are not at your healthiest or most attractive. The drive for self-improvement is completely healthy as long as it comes from a place of self-love rather than feeling of inadequacy. The question to ask yourself when you want to be sure of the source of your desire for a new hairstyle or more sculpted biceps is, do I feel like I need this new body shape or hair color, wrinkle cream, wardrobe? The list is long. To make me happy. If the answer is yes, and be honest with yourself, you might want to spend some time working internally on the lesson of self-acceptance before you spend time and money searching for an external solution. I frequently tell my clients and students, love all the parts of yourself, and if you can't love them, change them. If you can't change them, then accept them as they are. As you grow in age, your body will present you with some very challenging things that you simply cannot change. At the extreme end of the spectrum, you may be afflicted with a physical disability or a debilitating disease, or some other physical ailment that makes your body that much harder to accept. But still accept it you must, no matter how insurmountable the task may seem. The Special Olympics are filled with people who have accepted their bodies despite obvious handicaps. How can you begin to learn the lesson of acceptance? By recognizing that what is, just is, and that the key to unlocking the prison of self-judgment lies in your own mind. You can either continue to fight against your body's reality by complaining bitterly and immersing yourself in self-deprecation, or you can make the very subtle but powerful mental shift into acceptance. Either way, the reality remains the same. Acceptance or rejection of your body only carries weight in your mind. Your perception has no bearing on how your body actually looks, so why not choose the ease of acceptance rather than the pain of rejection? The choice is yours. What are you not accepting about your body? This is what we're supposed to think about. And I have my own issues. You know, I'll probably color my hair till who knows how long. I don't want it to be white or gray or parts of it. So, I have my own issues. Self-esteem. Okay. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. That's by Eleanor Roosevelt. Self-esteem is feeling worthy and able to meet life's challenges. It is essential as the air we breathe and just as intangible. It comes from the depths of our core, yet it is reflected in every single outward action we take, grand or small. It is the essence from which we measure our worth and the most important building block in the foundation of our psyches. If self-esteem is a lesson that you need to learn, you will be tested over and over until you feel confident about who you are and understand and believe in your intrinsic value. Your body may provide you with enough opportunities to work on this lesson throughout your entire lifetime. Your body may teach you the lesson of self-esteem by testing your willingness to view yourself as worthy, regardless of what you look like or how your body performs. A friend of mine is a public speaker who has had two major accidents in his life. First, a motorcycle accident set 90% of his body on fire. Oof. And then several years later, a small plane crash broke his back and put him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Wow. Through many years of hard inner work, he came to realize that in spite of his circumstances, he could live a fulfilled life as long as he approached it with the right attitude. Rather than dwelling on all things he cannot do, he now focuses on those things he can do. His life's work is to inspire audiences with his lecture called, "It's Not What Happens to You, It's What You Do About It." He demonstrates on a daily basis that he is able to meet life's challenges and that he is worthy of happiness despite severe physical shortcomings. The process of building self-esteem is threefold. The first step is to identify what stands in your way by acknowledging the limiting belief that you have about yourself. You can then move on to the second step, to search your soul for a deeper core connection with who you really are. The third step is to take action, whether that means valuing yourself just as you are or making a positive change. Throughout her life, my dear friend Helen has been a strikingly attractive woman. She used to have gorgeous white blonde hair, which when juxtaposed against her sun-bronzed skin, made heads turn when she entered a room. Helen's external identity was based on her arresting coloring, and so she maintained a deep tan year-round by spending many hours baking in the sun. When Helen was in her late 40s, she was diagnosed with skin cancer. She had to undergo surgery on her face, which left a small scar, and she was no longer permitted to sunbathe. To Helen, the scar was of minimal concern compared to the fact that she would no longer be the bronzed beauty she identified herself as. Without her trademark tan, Helen would have to dye her hair back to its original brown to avoid looking washed out. Helen's self-esteem plummeted as she struggled to accept the loss of what had been her look all those years. She needed to let go of the former image she had of herself. It took Helen close to a year to repair her self-esteem. She needed to identify that she was measuring her worth by external appearance, which had been that of a tanned blonde. Through many months of hard work, she was able to reconnect with the core of who she is and realize that the belief was holding her back from feeling good about herself again. It is now several years later, and Helen's scar is barely noticeable. She has returned to her natural coloring and now has lovely brown hair and ivory skin. Sometimes when she looks in the mirror, she needs to remind herself of her inherent worth by connecting to her inner source, her spiritual essence. She realizes that her true inner self will be with her for the rest of her life, while looks will change and fade, ultimately being an unreliable source of self-esteem. Remind yourself often that self-esteem is ephemeral. You will have it, lose it, cultivate it, nurture it, and be forced to rebuild it over and over again. Ephemeral, ephemeral, Ephemeral. Okay. Where do your feelings of worthiness stem from? Search to discover the pathway to that source, for you will need to revisit that source again and again throughout your lifetime. When you can easily find your way to the core of your essential value, then you know you have learned this lesson. Okay, I'm just going to finish this up so I can do chapter 2 tomorrow. If there's comments in here, they're not moving. So maybe people aren't commenting right now, and that's fine too. Respect. Your body is your vehicle for life. As long as you are here, live in it. Love, honor, respect, and cherish it. Treat it well, and it will serve you in kind. That's by Susie Pruden. To respect your body means to hold it in high regard and honor it. Respect is treating your body with the same care you would give any other valuable and irreplaceable object. Learning to respect your body is vital. When you respect your body, you are in partnership with it. You become grounded in your physical body and able to benefit from all it has to offer you. Respect carries reciprocal energy. Your body will honor you when you honor it. Treat your body as a structure worthy of respect, and it will respond in kind. Abuse or ignore it, and it will break down in various ways until you learn the lesson of respect. Yeah, the very last one on here is this one. My thighs got me pregnant 15 years ago. He, he, he. Oh, there's Mary Jane. Why are you covering your... I know a man named Gordon who views his body as a sacred temple. Okay, and even though this is she, right, on here, any men that ever listened to this or that are now, it applies to you too, right? There are men that are not happy with their bodies. I know a man named Gordon who views his body as a sacred temple. Besides keeping it extraordinarily fit through regular exercise and sports, he maintains excellent health by always caring for it diligently. He eats only healthy foods, would never dream of going out in the cold improperly dressed, and generally treats his body as a valuable treasure. As a result of all the love he gives it, his body never fails him. He is almost always at optimum performance. His body is his beloved partner and ready to do whatever he needs it to do. Oh my goodness. There's a channel out there called Dave's Everyday Channel for the Future, in capital letters, and it came up on my thing, mentioned you in a video, at PaperCutTina2332. He watches me now and then, and I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you. Yeah, I went ahead and subscribed to you. I'm subscribed to you also. By the way, hit the like if you don't mind, and please subscribe to me if you haven't. Oh, it's 41 degrees. You don't want to walk your dog. Oh, goodness. Can you this one time just take him out to go toodles? Or do you have to walk him? Hey, hi, Turtle Talk. Hi. Yeah, we're doing well. Okay, so, of course, each person's body is different. It could be considered a big stretch for anyone else to maintain the level of attentiveness Gordon gives his body. Every person's body has a specific formula that works for it. It is your responsibility to become acquainted with your body's individual requirements. No one diet works for everyone, nor does anyone's sleep or exercise regimen. True respect comes from learning what your body needs to run at optimum performance and then making the commitment to honoring those needs. Yeah, I've actually, like, the whole summer and even when I came back, I'm getting more sleep. Like if I'm tired at 10, I crawl into bed. Maybe I don't fall asleep till 11, 10:30, even 12, but I know when I'm tired, and I listen to it. At the opposite end of the respect spectrum is Travis. Oh, wait, at the opposite end of the respect spectrum is Travis, a 29-year-old diabetic who refused to take his disease seriously. Travis is a wealthy, handsome jet setter who loved living in the fast lane. He indulged often in vodka martinis, stayed out late frequently, ate red meat and rich sugary desserts, and eventually became addicted to cocaine. Despite his doctor's warnings, Travis refused to change any of his unhealthy behaviors. He would not accept that his illness made his body's requirements different from those of his friends. The downward spiral continued for months, peppered with severe bouts of illness, until one day Travis crashed. A friend found him collapsed on the bathroom floor and intervened, saving Travis's life. Travis's lesson of respect was learned at a painful price, but he finally moved through the denial, neglect, and abuse and learned to honor his body's specific needs and uniqueness. As Travis illustrates, learning to respect your body is challenging in a world filled with excess and temptation. Boy, isn't that the truth, you guys? There is excess of everything, right? You go to McDonald's, want to supersize that. Not even a large fry anymore. Supersize this, supersize that. Everything is more, which makes us think we need more, probably. Yeah, and the temptations are out there everywhere with commercials and just everything. Going along with the group and indulging yourself is sometimes a lot easier than respecting your boundaries. Indulging yourself now and then is fine. In fact, at times it is even healthy, as long as you are not compromising your own special requirements. If you know spicy food makes you sick, but you love it anyway, how many times do you need to indulge and compromise your body's truth before you learn to respect its limitations? Not too many, I hope, for your own sake. Treat your body with deference and respect, and it will respond accordingly. Listen to your body and its wisdom. It will tell you what it needs if you ask, listen, and take heed. Oh my goodness, really? Your dog won't walk, Mary Jane, and he won't go unless you take him for a walk? Aw, that's kind of cute though. Okay. This is the very last little excerpt or something in this chapter 1. This is called Pleasure. And this is by Bruce Springsteen. It ain't no sin to be glad you're alive. Bruce Springsteen. Okay, that is good. It ain't no sin to be glad you're alive. All right. Pleasure is a physical manifestation of joy. Your body teaches you pleasure through your 5 senses. When you indulge in any spontaneous behavior or physical sensation that unlocks the joy stored within you, you create space in your consciousness for pleasure. Your body can be one of the greatest sources of pleasure when you open your 5 senses fully and experience the physical wonder of being alive. Pleasure can come in the form of sight, like when you see a magnificent sunset, or taste, like when you eat a favorite food. It can come as a glorious musical sound or the soft touch of a lover. The only secret to learning the lesson of pleasure is to make time and space for it in your life. How much pleasure will you allow yourself? Okay, so these are all little excerpts that talk about the chapter 1, which was called You Will Receive a Body, Rule 1. Okay, so now we're on pleasure. How much pleasure will you allow yourself? Many people have an invisible quota in their minds for the amount of joy they will permit themselves to experience. They become so busy living life that they view pleasure as a luxury they simply do not have time for. Things like lovemaking or playing take a back seat to the everyday motions of living. However, your life simply will not work as well when you deny yourself pleasure. The old adage of all work and no play making you dull is quite true. You may find yourself living a rather colorless life if you do not pause every now and then to indulge your senses. Pleasure is like the oil that keeps the machine of your life running smoothly. Without it, the gears stick and you will most likely break down. Sometimes I forget the importance of pleasure as I race through the demands and commitments of my life. I forego a day at the beach with my husband in order to finish a project, or I cancel my appointment for a massage so I can take care of errands. Inevitably, I begin to feel irritable and tense, which is a signal to me that I need to slow down and let in a little joy. I had a man in one of my workshops named Bill who desperately needed to learn the lesson of pleasure. Bill was a very successful financial consultant at a large bank. He had a wife, 3 children, a mortgage, an elderly mother, 2 cars, and plenty of bills. Ordinarily a serious person, Bill had become practically austere in his demeanor as he grimly set about performing his tasks and managing his busy life. As he put it, he simply did not have the time to waste on fun. Yet Bill's life was not working. A deep dissatisfaction haunted him every day, and he didn't know how to dislodge it. He came to the workshop to figure out how to change the grind he had put himself into. In the workshop, he realized that he had not allowed himself a single moment of pleasure in many years. Bill remembered the day when his father died, when little Billy was only 11 years old. His uncle told him that he would have to step in as the man of the family. On that day, Billy metamorphosed from a carefree child to Bill, a mature, responsible little adult. Metamorphosed? Metamorphosed? Is that it? Phosed. It's probably not metamorphosed. It's probably metamorphosed. Well, anyway. When we did an exercise in the workshop in which everyone was to act upon an inner impulse, Bill stood up, loosened his tie, and much to everyone's surprise and delight, began to skip around the room. He started slowly, then skipped faster and faster until he was whizzing by us in a blur. When he finally came to a stop, he was breathless and smiling, obviously thrilled to have unlocked the joy stored in his cellular memory. What brings you pleasure? Do it, and do it often, for it will give lightness to your heart and do wonders for your soul. Yeah, all right. Tomorrow, rule 2 is you will be presented with lessons. All right? You will be presented with lessons. That'll probably be the name of my video. And yeah, go ahead and go over and sub up to Dave's Everyday channel for the future if you want to. That's still up here on my screen. And the same with Sierra. Oh, he wrote, Dave's Everyday channel says at PaperCutTina2332. She is doing a book reading on a live streaming on her YouTube channel. Thanks, Dave. 11 minutes ago. Thank you for that. That's pretty cool of you. Yeah, I mean, I like to read, and in all honesty, I didn't till I turned about 40. I did not like it at all. But you know, when I got sober in 2011 and I journaled, which is another thing I did not like to do, you know, because I have tremors, especially in my hands. Um, I don't know, it made it more fun. Oh, Anna Rodriguez, a song by Queen's Human Body. Okay, Queen did a nice song. Nice. Yeah, Sierra Queen Pin Clark. Please go over and sub up to her and give her some support. I always say this. She's very, very laid back. She's fun. She has different, really neat ideas, and she's entertaining, you know. So subscribe to her. The same with DC Channel. All right. He's really been struggling. And he probably gets bored, you guys. Think about it. I mean, he's in a nursing home month after month after month because of his breathing. You know, he has to have oxygen 24/7. And he's a young guy. He's my son's age. And he and I have been become good friends. We're still friends. And he needs support. He needs people to subscribe. You know, lift him up and hit the like if you watch his shows. So, yeah. And there's probably other people in here that have channels. Truth Seeker, she hasn't been in a little like lately here in this program, but she came in earlier. And she has a program too, and she covers different true crime. She's in Ohio, and she's good too. You know, we all deserve a chance, right? Um, if you guys could help, so please subscribe and like her videos. If you guys could help DC Channel, it's DC, capital D, capital C, and then a little hyphen, and then channel, and then number 2. He has 62 subs. He had a lot of trolling and a lot of mean situations the past couple of years, so he started another channel. If you guys could help him get up to even 70, that would be really nice. All right, that's good timing. So it's 6:07. I'm going to make some dinner. And thanks for being here, you guys. It's kind of a cute, quaint, enlightening book, I think. And hopefully people will enjoy it. Like I said, I'll probably, you know, show my face, my being tomorrow. And hope you all join me at PCT is Extreme. Please hit the like. Please subscribe if you will. And thanks for all of you being here. And anyone else that has a channel that came in, I'm not sure who that is, but yeah. All right. Oh, shoot. I wanted to read my Courage to Change book. Real quick. Okay, I didn't do a live last night, so I missed October 14th. So today's the 15th. I'll just go on and read that one. All right, now this is Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. But Al-Anon and AA, they're kind of pretty much the same thing, really. The ideas are the same, the format, the steps, all of that. And I've been in Al-Anon before too. So So it says the most loving form of detachment I have found has been forgiveness. Instead of thinking of it as an eraser to wipe another's slate clean or a gavel that I pound to pronounce someone not guilty, I think of forgiveness as a scissors. I use it to cut the strings of resentment that bind me to a problem or a past hurt. By releasing resentment, I set myself free. When I am consumed with negativity over another person's behavior, I have lost my focus. I needn't tolerate what I consider unacceptable, but wallowing in negativity will not alter the situation. If there is action to take, I am free to take it. Where I am powerless to change the situation, I will turn it over to my higher power. By truly letting go, I detach and forgive. When my thoughts are full of bitterness, fear, self pity, and dreams of revenge, there is little room for love or for the quiet voice of guidance within me. I am willing to love myself enough to admit that resentments hold me back, and then I can let them go. Today's reminder: every time I try to tighten the noose of resentment around someone's neck, I am really only choking myself. Today I will practice forgiveness instead. In all our affairs, this is part of one of the AA books out there. A part of me wants to cling to old resentments, but I know that the more I forgive, the better my life works. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Love you very much. See you tomorrow, hopefully.